The Gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ according to Matthew chapter 25, beginning at the 14th verse. Jesus told his disciples this parable. A man going on a journey called in his servants and entrusted his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to a third 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Immediately the one who received 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5. Likewise, the one who received 2 made another 2. But the man who received 1 went off and dug a hole in the ground and buried his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants came back and settled accounts with them. The one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing the additional 5. He said, "Master, you gave me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who had received 2 talents also came forward and said, "Master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who had received the 1 talent came forward and said, "Master, I knew you were a demanding person, harvesting where you did not plant and gathering where you did not scatter. So out of fear I went off and buried your talent in the ground. Here it is back." His master said to him in reply, "You wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I did not plant and gather where I did not scatter. Should you not then have put my money in the bank so that I could have got it back with interest on my return? Now then, take the talent from him and give it to the one with 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And throw this useless servant into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." When we hear the word talent today, we think in terms of natural abilities or gifts that people have. In Jesus' day, a talent was a very large sum of money, and that is the meaning of the word in today's parable. A wealthy person entrusts sums of money to 3 servants in accordance with their ability. The person who received 2 talents and made 2 more was just as successful as the one who received 5 talents and made 5 more. Each performed very well according to their ability. The servant to whom the master gave 1 talent was obviously capable of making 1 more talent and ending up with 2. However, out of fear of his master, he did nothing with the 1 talent he was given. The image he had of his master as a demanding person, reaping where he hadn't sown and gathering where he hadn't scattered, may not have been true to his master's nature. The rest of the parable suggests that the master was a generous man who was willing to entrust his servants with great responsibility. The third servant's image of his master left him paralyzed by fear and incapable of taking any action at all. If he had trusted his master to the extent that his master had trusted him, then he would have been free to do the little he was capable of doing. Perhaps one of the messages of the parable is that the Lord has entrusted us with gifts out of his love for us. He wants us to love him in return by placing what he has given us at the service of others. The first letter of John in the New Testament declares that perfect love casts out fear. Our recognition of the Lord's love for us gives us the freedom to make use of what he has given us, without being held back by the fear of failure or the fear of our own inadequacies. As Mother Teresa, now a saint, once said, "The Lord does not ask us to be successful, but only to be faithful." We do our best with what the Lord has given us, knowing that the Lord looks lovingly on our efforts and will work powerfully through our efforts, even when they seem to us to be a failure.